Thank you for inviting me to provide this keynote address on the occasion of the launching ceremony of the report on the Chinese enterprises' investment in Africa, market power, and the role of the private sector. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure for me to join you today. Let me start by thanking the China-Africa Business Council for the invitation to provide this keynote address on the launch of the report entitled Chinese Enterprises Investment in Africa, Power of the Market and the Role of the Private Sector. I commend the China-Africa Business Council and UNIDO for organizing this event, which is timely and the content of utmost importance for Africa's development aspirations. From my preliminary reading of the report, it reflects the important efforts of Chinese entrepreneurs and their expectations of investing in Africa, and lends credence to the South-Side cooperation and commitment that all of us hold dearly. The case studies in the report share experiences on Chinese private sector investments in different countries and different contexts, and provide insights that are therefore country-specific and can contribute to developing a better understanding of China's economic engagement and investment strategy in Africa. I'm therefore convinced that this report, which provides empirical evidence of Chinese enterprises' significant contribution to driving industrialization, increasing employment, and improving people's lives in Africa, will further strengthen China-Africa relations. This will in turn raise the public's awareness of China's development assistance in Africa. If I may, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me share with you an excerpt from the report. And I quote, "Chinese investment in Africa covers a wide range of industries. According to statistics from MOFCOM, the main areas of investment include construction, mining, manufacturing, finance, and business services. As of the end of 2019, the total direct investment of Chinese enterprises in these 5 industries amounted to almost 40 billion United States dollars, accounting for 85% of China's direct investment in Africa in that year." End quote. Furthermore, Chinese enterprises' engagement in other sectors such as agriculture and agricultural products, processing, medium and high-tech manufacturing, energy and power, tourism, and the digital economy have all together created opportunities for economic growth and transformation in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, the report's endorsement of Africa's continental and regional integration efforts, with a call for China and Chinese enterprises to further support the ongoing processes to improve intra-Africa trade and promote the connectivity of the continent, is absolutely the right direction. Permit me to refresh our minds on the significant promise that the African Continental Free Trade Area holds for the African continent, its members of the African Union, and African people. The promise of the AfCFTA is great. The agreement connects and consolidates a market of 1.3 billion people across 55 countries with a combined GDP of 3.4 trillion United States dollars. When fully implemented, intra-Africa trade is expected to grow significantly, and Africa's total trade deficit is expected to be cut in half. In addition, the AfCFTA has the potential to generate combined consumer and business spending of almost $7 trillion by the year 2030, according to the Mo Ibrahim Foundation. Consolidating Africa into one market into a single market provides great opportunities for entrepreneurs, businesses, consumers across the continent, unlocking trade and manufacturing potential and further enhancing industrialization in Africa. The introduction of a continental free trade area should provide businesses with greater protection and support their participation in new export opportunities and new export markets that are created by the AfCFTA. It is important to highlight, however, that far from simply being a free trade agreement, Africa's free trade agenda includes the services sector, investment, competition, intellectual property rights, trade facilitation, and other related trade measures that seek to address broader that seek to address and enhance cross-border trade in the African continent. Additionally, the AfCFTA is not a standalone initiative. It is anchored and complementary to other AU initiatives for the continent's economic integration and development, including the Accelerated Industrial Development for Africa, the Single African Air Transport Market, Program for Infrastructure and Development in Africa, PIDA, Comprehensive Africa Agriculture Development Program, and the Protocol on the Free Movement of Persons, amongst others. The AfCFTA is being implemented along with these initiatives to address Africa's industrial development challenges and to realize better economic opportunities for all Africans. The AfCFTA should therefore be viewed as an instrument for Africa's development, and according to the World Bank, where implemented effectively, the AfCFTA has the potential to lift 100 million Africans out of poverty. In the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, this is a welcome projection indeed. Creating decent jobs at the scale that is required is inconceivable without a structural transformation that enables an expansion of modern activities and the reallocation of labor from traditional to the modern sector. While the AfCFTA, with the AfCFTA, we aspire to tap into vast numbers of manufacturing opportunities that exist in the areas of agro-processing, automotive, pharmaceuticals, clothing, and footwear, placing Africa on a path of long-term industrial development. In this regard, we are collaborating with the private sector in Africa and potential investors to identify priority value chains on the basis of which we can develop an action plan for the implementation of AfCFTA regional value chains. Ultimately, we need to craft a continental industrialization strategy to be embraced by national authorities to facilitate the attainment of the AfCFTA industrialization and sustainability objectives. The AfCFTA therefore provides a platform where businesses and investors can play an important role in the economic development of Africa. This undoubtedly augurs well for foreign direct investment flows, including from China to the African continent. For the AfCFTA to deliver new and concrete benefits of trade and economic integration, rules-based governance in trade is absolutely essential. The AfCFTA agreement establishes legal rights and obligations to which state parties are required to adhere. Effective implementation of these rights and obligations would provide certainty and predictability, which should further encourage business activities on the continent. To unlock the associated joint benefits of trade and investment at the continental level, we are developing common rules for investment protection, which will be in the context and the framework of the AfCFTA Protocol on Investment. Disputes are, however, inevitable, as is the case in any free trade area. And when any such dispute arises under the AfCFTA, the dispute settlement mechanism for resolution of disputes will be undertaken in accordance with the Protocol on Dispute Settlement. Whilst the AfCFTA provides appropriate mandates and tools to reduce intra-Africa trade costs and deliver progress towards structural transformation, its success to facilitate Africa's structural transformation depends on infrastructure interconnectivity. While this is not a core mandate of the AfCFTA, that is to say infrastructure development, we have it in our radar as it impacts on trade in goods, but also the delivery of services such as transport. In this regard, we are working with the relevant AU organs and other development institutions in Africa to establish priority infrastructure partnerships and networks across the African continent. Development partners such as China that have significant experience in infrastructure development are well placed to assist, to help, to build rail, port, and air infrastructure for facilitation and implementation of the AfCFTA. A strong Africa will be a strong ally and a strong partner for China. Ladies and gentlemen, it is therefore my fervent hope that Africa's current push for continental integration and economic transformation with the support of development partners such as China will secure Africa's prosperity for decades to come. Once again, I congratulate you for the report, which will help us with insights on the past and future direction of China-Africa cooperation. This is of critical importance today as Africa rebuilds resiliently post-COVID-19 and heads into a new and a better normal with hope and optimism. China-Africa cooperation must yield a win-win outcome to encourage sustainable and inclusive development in Africa, whilst at the same time contributing to China's economy and Africa's economy. Once again, I wish to thank you for inviting me to provide this keynote address. I wish you all the best in your deliberations. I thank you.